Welcome everyone. My name's Nathan, and today we're going to go through a little bit of a gentle movement, some breath work, but as I always say in yoga, just enjoy and do what you can and have fun. So I invite you to start on your back and just relax and let go and just finding your space. And just connecting with the sounds around you. Maybe you can hear traffic outside. There may be people talking nearby. Maybe you have a pet that's coming up against you and joining you. Again, just bringing your awareness and your attention to all that. And then slowly bringing that attention to your breath. Just becoming aware of your in-breath and your out-breath. Noticing how each breath in brings a rise to the chest and the belly. And how that out breath releases and relaxes. And just connecting with this in breath and out breath for a few more moments. Maybe on your next in-breath, extending that breath just a little bit and just pausing at the top of that breath. And then exhaling, letting everything go. And again, taking a moment at the bottom of that breath. Again, taking nice deep breaths, following that in-breath in through the nose, down the back of the throat. Feeling that expansion in the chest and belly. And as you exhale, releasing, letting go. Again, following that breath as it leaves the body, through the throat, coming out the nose, maybe gently feeling a tickle across that upper lip. Again, noticing how this breath is causing movement in the body, allowing that breath to fill any little nook and crevice as you breathe in, and as you exhale, releasing, letting go of everything. And maybe slowly allowing that breath to bring a little bit of movement to some fingers and your toes. Maybe extending those arms above the head, reaching nice and long, extending those feet. And then from here, just taking one big breath in, reaching nice and long, stretching. As you exhale, relaxing, letting everything fall to the floor. Again, another deep breath, extending those toes out nice and long, fingers out, reaching, stretching. Exhale, letting everything sink back to the mat. Tucking those knees towards the chest, giving yourself a bit of a hug, maybe gently rocking side to side on that spine, just giving that sacrum just a little bit of a massage. And then just coming to a stillness, allowing those feet to come to the floor, allowing the knees to fall to the right. Just making our way to a nice, gentle, sleepy position on the right side. Maybe using that right arm as a bit of a pillow. Just taking a few breaths here. And then whenever you're ready, using that left hand to bring yourself up to a nice, comfortable seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Breathing in, we're going to draw those arms up nice and high, looking up between your hands. As we exhale, twisting to the right, bringing that right hand in behind, left hand to the right knee. Again, breathing in, sitting up nice and tall. As we exhale, twisting, looking over that right shoulder. Nice and gentle, just warming up the spines. In breath, nice and tall. Exhale, gentle twist. One last time, breathing in nice and deep, reaching up nice and tall. As we exhale, looking over that right shoulder. Your next inhale, coming back to center. Again, breathing in, we're going to draw those arms up nice and high again. Exhale, gently twisting to the left this time, taking that left hand in behind, right hand to the right knee, left knee. Breathing in, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, twisting. In breath, tall. Exhale, looking over that shoulder. One last time, breathing in, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, twisting a little bit further. And breathing in, coming back to center. Again, breathing in, drawing those arms up nice and tall. This time as we exhale, lowering that right hand towards the floor. Walking that right hand out, reaching up nice and tall with that left hand, letting it fall towards the right. Really think about pushing that left hip into the floor. Really opening up that left side of the body. From here, if it feels good, maybe looking up towards that left hand, really opening up the left side. Breathing in, coming back to center, drawing that right arm up. As we exhale, taking that left hand down, walking the fingers out, reaching that right hand up nice and tall. Exhale, letting that right hand come over. Again, maybe taking the gaze up towards that right hand. Maybe keeping it straight. Again, whatever's working for you today. From here, pushing that right hip towards the floor, making sure that right sit bone's connected. Reaching and extending that right hand. Inhaling, coming all the way back up. Exhale, bringing the hands to heart center. Walking our hands out in front, just rolling over our legs or taking our legs out to one side. Coming to that tabletop position, making sure our hands are about shoulder distance, maybe a little bit wider than shoulders. Planted to the ground, taking our knees stacked underneath our hips. From here, tucking the toes or keeping them untucked, totally up to you. As we breathe in, we're going to raise the hips, lowering the belly, really extending through that front side of the body. Raising our forehead forward, looking forward. As we exhale, starting at the base of the spine, tucking those hips in, rolling all the way up. Maybe dropping our head down, really to extend that spine. Inhale again, starting at the base, rolling all the way up. Really beginning to warm up the spine. And exhale, reversing that motion. Again, just following a few of these cats and cows, following your own breath, letting your breath guide the movement. And then your next in-breath, just coming to that neutral position. From here, taking your feet out to the right and just looking over that right shoulder, really opening up that left side of the body, squeezing that right side. And then taking the feet back to center, drawing them all the way over to the left, looking over that left shoulder. And back to center, one more time to the right. And to center, and to the left. And back to center. Tucking those toes, we're going to lift those knees, drawing the hips up towards the sky, keeping those knees bent. Just coming back into a nice, gentle downward dog. It's maybe your first one. Again, finding whatever movement works for you. Maybe straightening one leg, then the other. Maybe some gentle swaying side to side. Maybe you've got a lot of energy today and you want to do some big barrel rolls. Again, whatever your body's craving, help it out. And then just coming to a stillness, making sure our hands are planted, really using our fingertips to press into the floor, pushing that floor away. From here, taking one breath in, raising those hips up nice and high. As you exhale, lowering those heels towards the floor. If they don't touch, that's okay. So one good thing about this practice, it fits everybody. Breathing in, drawing those hips up nice and high, coming up on the tippy toes. Pressing the floor away with the hands. Exhale, lowering the heels back down towards the floor. Next in breath, looking between your hands, slowly walking towards the front of the mat. Exhale, folding forward. Heel toeing those feet out to the edges of the mat. Keeping a bend in the knees, just relaxing over. Letting the spine go. Letting the neck be heavy. Just letting everything release in our back. Maybe gently taking one hand to the opposite elbow and the other hand. And from here, maybe gently swaying side to side. Again, whatever works for you. And then coming to a stillness, releasing those hands, drawing your hands towards the floor, heel toeing those feet back in about hip distance. Keeping a bend in the knees. We're going to breathe in, slowly rolling all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Really opening that spine, rolling the shoulders towards the ears, big circle back, palms facing forward. Maybe gently closing the eyes or keeping a soft gaze, taking one big breath in through the nose and out through the nose. One more breath in through the nose and out. Breathing in, drawing those arms up nice and high, looking up between the hands. Exhale, bending at the hips, folding forward, coming all the way down. Breathing in, halfway lift, taking that full breath, coming up halfway, really reaching forward. Exhale, forward fold. Pushing into your feet, drawing your arms alongside your ears, breathing in, coming all the way up, reaching nice and high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathing in, big circle again, nice and high. Exhale, folding forward. Touching the floor, breathing in, coming up halfway, really reaching forward, extending that spine. Exhale, forward fold. Again, pushing into the feet, drawing all the way up, breathing in, coming up, reaching up nice and tall, looking up between those fingers. Exhale, hands to heart center. One last time, breathing in, reaching up, maybe a slight back bend, just open. Exhale, hands to heart center, folding at the hips, coming all the way down. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Again, bending those knees, breathing in, rolling up, slowly coming up. Big circle with the shoulders, rolling all the way back, palms facing forward. Taking one big breath in. As we exhale, letting our weight sink into our heels. One more breath in. And exhale. Breathing in, drawing those arms back up, looking up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Planting those hands to the floor, stepping back into our plank position. Nice straight spine, pushing into those heels towards the back. As we breathe in, leaning forward over those hands, exhaling, coming all the way down to the floor, to our bellies. Untucking those toes, taking the tops of the feet to the mat. Breathing in, coming into baby cobra. Again, pushing with the tops of the feet, reaching forward. Exhale, forward fold. Breathing in, baby cobra again. Exhale, releasing. One last time, breathing in, really stretching far this time. Exhale, letting go. Tucking those toes, either coming up through the knees or all the way to plank. Inhale and exhale those hips back, coming to downward dog. Again, taking as much or as little movement as you need right now. And then coming to a stillness. Breathing in, looking between those hands, step, jump, or hop to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Reach and extend. Exhale, forward fold. Bending those knees, coming up into a chair position. Just for a moment. Bringing the hands to heart center, straightening the legs, exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat, step, jump, or hop to the back of your mat. And then finding your way to downward dog. Coming down, maybe into upward dog. And we'll all meet up in downward dog. From here, breathing in, drawing that right leg up nice and high. As we exhale, tucking that knee towards the chest, stepping through, planting that right foot to the ground, dropping the left knee, breathing in, coming up into our low lunge. From here, grasping our left wrist with our right hand, breathing in, pulling that gently up towards the sky, then leaning towards the right, opening up that left side of the body. From here, just think about pushing that left hip forward a little bit, really opening up that left side. Breathing in, coming back up, exhale, bringing those hands back, framing that foot, lifting that left knee, stepping back with the right, and finding a flow. Again, taking as much or as little movement, maybe coming all the way back to downward dog right away. From here, taking one big breath in, and exhale. Next breath in, drawing that left leg up nice and high. Exhale, bringing that knee towards the chest, stepping through, planting the left leg, dropping the right knee to the floor, breathing in, bringing those arms up nice and high. This time, maybe grasping that right wrist with the left hand, gently pulling up, and then leaning to the left. Again, breathing into that right side, maybe allowing that right hip to come forward a little, opening it a little more. Breathing in, coming back up, exhale, coming forward, framing that left foot. This time, lifting that right knee, stepping forward with the right foot. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Pushing into those feet, coming all the way up, breathing in, reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. One breath in, and one exhale. Breathing in, big circle, all the way up. Exhale, coming through, touching the ground, breathing in halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step, jump, or hop to the back of your mat. And again, finding your movement, your flow. Whatever your energy level is. Again, taking as much or as little as you need right now. From here, breathing in, drawing that right leg up nice and high again. Exhale, bringing the knee towards the chest, stepping through, planting that right foot. This time, staying up on the ball of that left foot. Breathing in, coming all the way up. And once you have your balance, maybe stepping your feet a little further apart, a little bit more stability here. From here, bringing that chest away from that right leg, reaching up nice and tall. As we exhale, we're going to roll that right arm beside our right leg, twisting towards the right. Extending the arms out, front and back. Taking a moment here, finding your balance. And then taking that left palm, facing it towards the sky, dropping that right hand back, coming back to a twisted, exalted warrior. Again, feeling that stretch all through that left side. Big breath in as we exhale, coming back to just the twist. One breath in, exhale, swinging that right arm all the way through, back up, reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, lowering that left hip, coming into warrior two. Again, just taking a quick check, making sure our feet are in proper position. Front toes facing forward, back foot's parallel with the back of the mat. Taking a moment here, our drishti, our gaze down the front two fingers. And then without looking at that back arm, make sure it's level. Taking that right palm, facing it towards the sky, breathing in, reaching forward, coming all the way back. Exhale, windmilling the hands to the floor. Stepping back and finding your flow. And slowly lowering your knees to the floor and then allowing the hips to come back. Just coming back into this child's pose. Taking a moment here, catching your breath. Just checking in with yourself. Notice how we're feeling. Maybe Maybe our heart's racing a little bit. Maybe our breath is a little ahead of us. Taking one deep breath in. And exhale, letting everything go. One more big breath in. And release. And bringing your hands back to about shoulder distance apart. Using the finger pads to grip the floor, coming back to a tabletop position. Tucking those toes, drawing the hips up towards the sky. And coming into that downward dog. Breathing in, drawing that left leg up nice and tall. Bringing the knee towards the chest, stepping through, planting that right foot, staying up on the ball of the right foot this time. Breathing in, coming all the way up. Again, maybe taking that foot a little bit more, creating a little bit more space, a little bit more stability. Breathing in, keeping the chest away from that leg, reaching up nice and tall. As we exhale, circling that left hand. Extending the right hand out and the left hand back. Twisting towards the left. If our balance feels good, maybe taking that gaze towards that back hand. From here, dropping that back hand, flipping the right hand up, palm up, coming into that twisted, exalted warrior. Again, wherever you are on this is perfect. It's not one we do normally. Big breath in as we exhale, coming back to the twist. One more big breath in. Exhale, rolling that left arm all the way up. Dropping that right heel, coming into warrior two. Adjusting your feet if you need to. Left palm towards the sky, breathing in, reaching forward, coming all the way back. Exhale, windmilling the hands to the floor. Stepping back. And again, finding that flow. Whatever feels good. And then maybe dropping those knees, coming back to child's pose again. This time maybe taking the knees far apart. Just allowing your head to rest. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. And one more breath in. And exhale. And then extending those arms out in front and just taking a little bit over to the right side of the mat. Maybe bringing that left hand on top of the right. Gently pressing back with that left hip towards the left heel. Again, opening that left side of the body. Big breath in. Exhale, pushing back. Then walking your hands back to center, taking them over to the left side. Maybe crossing that right hand on top of the left. Taking a deep breath in as you exhale, pushing that right hip back towards the right heel. Big breath in. Exhale, press back. And then walking those hands back to center, and then stepping them back in a little bit, bringing them to about shoulder distance, bringing those knees back to center, tucking those toes, drawing the hips up towards the sky. Again, coming back to downward dog. Breathing in, drawing that right leg up again. Exhale, bringing the knee through, stepping down, planting that foot. This time dropping that left heel down on a 45 degree with that foot. Once you have your balance, coming up into warrior one. Again, making sure that left hip is tilting towards the front of your mat. Breathing in, reaching up nice and tall. As we exhale, coming into warrior two, maybe adjusting that back foot. Again, finding our stance here. We're straightening that front leg. We're gonna bring the hips back, extending that right arm forward nice and long. And then dropping that right hand down towards the shin, maybe the floor. Reaching that left arm up nice and high. From here, maybe we want to look up towards that left hand. Maybe we want to pretend we're in between two big trees. There's this really nice big tree behind us that we can just sort of lean up against. Sort of rest our body against it. just for a moment. Then breathing in, reaching that left hand up nice and tall, using our core to lift up. So we exhale, bending that front leg, coming back to warrior two. We're bending that right elbow, dropping that right elbow down towards the right knee, reaching up with that right hand nice and tall again. Really pushing into that back foot. Maybe not putting a lot of weight into that front arm. It's just there for some stability. From here, breathing in, we may want to extend that left arm out nice and long, creating that straight line from our fingertips all the way to the back foot. Rolling that shoulder open, creating some space. Maybe you want to take an option if you're feeling full of energy, extending that right arm out in front like we're holding a big ball. Wherever you are is perfectly okay. Next in-breath, coming all the way back up into warrior two. Extending that front palm towards the sky, breathing in, reaching all the way back. Exhale, windmilling the hands, stepping back, and finding your flow. And we'll all meet up in downward dog. From here, taking one deep breath in, and exhale. Another deep breath in, and release. Breathing in, drawing that left leg up nice and high. Exhale, bringing the knee towards the chest, stepping through, planting that left foot, dropping the right heel, coming into a 45-degree angle with that right foot, breathing in, coming all the way up. Making sure those hips are facing towards the front. As we exhale, we're going to come into warrior two. Again, checking our stance, making sure that back foot's planted. From here, straightening that front foot, leg. Reaching forward, extending, dropping that left arm down. Raising the right arm up, maybe looking up towards that right hand. Maybe looking down. Again, if we've got a lot of energy, maybe just releasing the hand off that front leg, just using our leg strength to hold ourselves up. Again, imagining we're in between those two big trees. And maybe our left hip and both our shoulders can gently rest against that tree. Next, big in breath, reaching that right hand up nice and tall. As you exhale, bending that front leg, coming into warrior two. Bending that left elbow, dropping that left arm to the left leg. Reaching that right arm up nice and high. And maybe we just stay here. Maybe we draw that right arm out in front, reaching nice and long. Maybe drawing those pinkies towards the ground, thumb towards the sky. Really extending from the fingers all the way to the heel. Maybe we draw that left arm up, grabbing that ball, holding it here, opening the chest. Wherever we are, next in-breath, coming all the way up, coming into warrior two. Taking that left palm towards the sky, breathing in, reaching forward, coming all the way back. Exhale, windmilling the hands to the floor, stepping back, and finding your flow. Again, taking as much or little movement as you need. From here, one big breath in. And exhale. Breathing in, lifting that right leg back up. Exhale, drawing the knee towards the chest, stepping through. Planting that right foot. This time dropping that left heel towards the floor, breathing in, coming all the way up. Nice and tall. Exhale, coming into warrior two, making any adjustments that you need. From here, bringing our hands towards our hips. We're going to take the right toes and circle them towards the long side of your mat. From here, breathing in, standing up nice and tall. Exhale, folding forward at the hips. Maybe dropping those hands towards the ground, fingertips coming out in front of you. From here, slowly walking those hands towards the left foot. Again, finding some opening along the back of that left leg. And then coming back to center. And then walking towards the right leg. And then coming back to center again. This time maybe turning your hands facing backwards and just walk them back a little bit, letting your weight sink into your heels, folding forward. Again, wherever you fold to is just right. Checking in with your breath, making sure your breath's not controlling you, but that you're controlling your breath. And then turning those hands back towards the front, walking them back underneath. Pivoting that right foot, toes back towards the front of the mat, walking towards that front, coming up on the ball of that left foot. Breathing in, coming all the way up. Exhale into warrior two. Palm facing towards the sky, breathing in, coming all the way back. This time straightening that right leg and reaching a little bit further. And then bending that front leg again. Big breath in. As we exhale, windmilling the hands to the ground, stepping back, and finding our way to downward dog. Taking one big breath in, and releasing. One more big breath in, and exhale. Next breath in, drawing that left leg up nice and high. Exhale, bringing the knee towards the chest, stepping through. Dropping that right heel to the floor. Coming up into warrior one. Big breath in as we exhale, coming into warrior two. From here, taking our hands towards our hip. Pivoting that left toes towards the long side of our mat. From here, releasing our hands from our hips. We're going to grasp in behind. Trying to grab hold of interlinking our fingers. If you can, and you want to try something a little bit more, try drawing those heels of the palms together instead of letting them splay. Bring them nice and close. And from here, we're going to breathe in, pushing down. As we exhale, we'll fold forward. Maybe allowing those hands to come away from our back. And if you're trying to bring those heels of the palms together, you may realize that we can't extend the arms as far as we normally do. That's okay, it's something a little bit different. From here, gently looking towards your left foot, allowing those hands to come towards the right, being very gentle and careful. Coming back to center, and then turning towards the right again. And then back to center, bringing those arms back down, slowly making our way all the way up. Taking a moment here, taking a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to push those hands down, opening our chest, bringing our shoulders together. And then relax. And then breathing in, we do it again, pushing down. And relax. One last time. Breathing in, creating space across our chest. And exhale. Again, drawing those hands towards the hip, turning the left toes towards the front of the mat. We're going to pivot that right foot back to the 45, coming into warrior one. Reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, coming into warrior two. Again, checking our foot placement, making sure that back foot's parallel. Making sure our arms are level. Checking in, making sure we're not leaning too far forward or leaning too far back. Trying to keep that nice center. Left palm towards the sky, breathing in, reaching forward, coming all the way back. Holding for a moment, straightening that left leg, reaching a little further, and then bending that front leg again. Big breath in as we exhale, windmilling the hands to the ground. Stepping forward this time. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. From here, bending those knees and rolling all the way up. Nice and slow. Shoulders coming up towards the ears, rolling back. palms facing forward. From here, taking one big breath in. As we exhale, letting the weight sink into the heels. One more breath in. Exhale, sinking into those heels. From here, taking our hands towards the hips. We're going to start taking our weight towards that left foot. So lifting up those left toes, and then starting at the pinky, planting them, working all the way to the big toe, really gripping the floor with that left foot. Now we're going to take our right foot, and we're going to come up on the ball of our foot. So depending on how we're feeling today, how our balance is, we may want to do a little, as I call it, a sapling tree, a little baby tree. And if this is good, if this is where your balance is, that's great. If you're looking for a little bit more, we might go to the maple tree. And we just tuck that calf muscle right into our foot. And I've been told it's a perfect fit for everyone. And again, if your balance is good and you're looking for even a little bit more, maybe drawing that foot up into the inside of that left leg. And again, wherever you are, making sure you're not on the knee, not pushing the knee. Our knees don't like to go side to side. From here, opening up that hip. Taking our hands to heart center. Again, finding your expression of tree. Whether that's staying here, whether that's opening your branches. Again, finding a place to look at, keeping your drishti. Maybe it's a point on the floor, maybe on the wall. Definitely don't look at me because I'll probably end up falling. Again, maybe your tree has a little bit of movement. Maybe there's a bit of a breeze coming through. Maybe the air is just motionless. Next in-breath, drawing those hands back to heart center. Releasing the foot wherever it is, drawing that knee straight out in front. Taking that foot, reaching it out just for a moment. And then lowering that to meet the other foot down the floor. Taking a moment, shaking that out. Maybe rolling your hips in one direction and the other direction. Just releasing any tension. And then just coming to a stillness. Again, taking our hands towards our hips. This time lifting up those right toes. We're going to start at the pinky toe, planting that pinky toe all the way to the big toe, really gripping the floor, really connecting and rooting down. From here, we're going to take that left foot, come up on the ball of the foot, and either beginning at that sapling tree, maybe that little maple tree. Could be a big maple tree, depending on how you're feeling today. And then maybe drawing that all the way up, if this is what works for you today. From here, finding your balance, your center, opening up that hip, drawing our hands to heart center. Again, finding that gaze, that point of non-movement. And breathing in, coming in, finding your expression of your tree today. Again, maybe that tree's got some gentle movement in the breeze. Maybe it's talking to some other trees at the same time. Again, wherever you are, just coming into a stillness, drawing those hands towards heart center, releasing that foot, bringing the knee towards the front, extending that left foot out nice and high, just for a moment. As we exhale, bringing that down towards the floor. Again, just shaking our feet out. From here, just taking some gentle twisting motions. Side to side, just releasing any tension in our spine. Maybe we've got some tension built up in the knees and the feet, and just relaxing into this. And then just slowly allow your body to come to a stillness. And just for a moment, we're going to draw our feet close together, maybe toes touching, maybe our heels touching if we're feeling our balance is quite good today. From here, we're going to just take our hands and our palms towards the side. Maybe gently closing our eyes or keeping a soft gaze. As we breathe in, we're going to stand nice and tall. As we exhale, we're just going to allow our body to sink into the floor through our heels and our feet. We call this bamboo in the wind, as we're standing nice and straight, allowing the body to recenter itself. Noticing how the body does these slight little movements to keep itself aligned without you having to do anything. So just feeling that, connecting with it. And one more big breath in. As we exhale, we're going to heel toe our feet out and just a little bit more than hip distance apart, taking our hands to our hips. Big breath in. As we exhale, we're going to bend those knees, coming down into a squat position. And wherever you come to, it might be up here, might be down, heels might be off the ground, all of them are okay. So coming into this position, wherever you are, bringing our hands towards that heart center, maybe gently pressing out on those knees to create some space in our hips. Again, taking a deep breath in here, staying here for a few moments as we start to begin our cool down towards our relaxation. And from here, gently taking those hands towards the floor, and then just finding a way to gently come down onto our bottoms. We're going to extend our feet out in front of us, bringing the soles of the feet together. And again, up to you on how much of a diamond shape you're looking for today. But find something that's nice and comfortable, and just stay seated here. Again, maybe lifting up one side and the other just to get nicely rooted. And then breathing in, sitting up nice and tall. As we exhale, folding over those legs, just letting everything hang over, allowing the spine to relax and expand, letting the head be heavy. If this is part of your practice, maybe tucking those arms underneath the legs if you're looking for a little bit more. And then just breathing here. With each out breath, allowing the body to become a little bit heavier, a little more relaxed. And breathing in, slowly making our way back up. Extending that left leg out nice and long. Bringing that right foot into the inside of that left leg, almost like we're in a bit of a seated tree here. As we turn and face that left leg, we're going to breathe in, reach up nice and tall. We're going to exhale. We're just going to allow the hands to fall wherever they fall. So we're not going to pull on anything or extend too hard here. Just allow the body to naturally find its position. Now from here, I always talk about nose to toes. So trying to extend our spine and bring our nose towards our toe and maybe curling those toes back a little bit. Really keeping a straightness. As we breathe in, extending nice and long. As we exhale, maybe folding a little bit more. And then for one breath, bringing those toes back as far as you can, maybe feeling that along the back of your leg. And then just relaxing it, letting it go. Slowly walking yourself back up. This time taking the left palm towards the sky, either sliding this left arm along the top or the inside of that left leg. We're going to take that right arm up nice and high. Exhale, allowing ourselves to fall over towards that left leg. Maybe our fingers touch our toes, maybe they don't. Either case, both are right. If you're finding this to be a little bit too much pressure on the spine, maybe bending that right elbow just to release a little bit of that weight, but still being able to get that nice stretch. Next breath in, coming all the way back up. And then switching legs, extending that right leg out nice and long, drawing that left foot in towards the right leg. Turning and facing the long right leg, breathing in, reaching up. As you exhale, folding forward over that leg. Again, thinking about nose to toes, trying to connect those 2 points. Again, not gripping, not pulling, just reaching, using your breath to find some space. And then for one breath on this side, try reaching those toes back a little bit further. And then exhale, releasing those toes, relaxing that leg. Slowly walking back up. Taking that right palm, facing it up towards the sky. Again, we're going to slide this right arm along the top or the inside of this right leg, drawing that left arm up nice and tall. Exhale, folding over, sideways. Really extending that left side. And again, same on this side. Maybe it's a little bit different, but if you're finding it's a little too much on the spine, maybe bending that top arm a little. Just breathing into the space we've created here. Each in-breath, opening up. As you exhale, releasing. Next in-breath, coming all the way back up. This time bringing your feet flat to the floor and drawing your knees up towards the sky, grabbing a hold of the back of your legs, just slowly lowering yourself all the way to the floor. Again, putting our weight into that right foot, we're going to lift the left foot up nice and high, bending that left knee. We're going to cross the left ankle over that right knee. And just for a moment, we're going to take our left hand and just gently press away the left knee, creating some space and opening in that left hip. And maybe this feels perfect and wonderful and you want to stay here. Please do. If you want to take another option, maybe releasing that and reaching through, or a figure four, grabbing a hold of the back of the right leg, maybe the shin. And again, wherever you are, taking one big breath in. And as you exhale, allowing your head and your shoulders to sink into the mat. Letting go of everything, relaxing. Letting gravity help you out here. Then releasing that leg, letting the right foot come back to the floor. Taking our hips a little to the left, allowing everything to fall over towards the right, allowing that left foot to come down. Then maybe taking our arms to a T shape, maybe bending the elbows to cactus arms. And then maybe taking our gaze out towards the left, if that feels good. And again, taking one big breath in here as we exhale, just relaxing the shoulders, the knees, the hips, the arms, letting everything sink into the mat, into the ground, letting everything go. Next in-breath, bringing our gaze back towards the sky, drawing those knees up again, maybe straightening those hips, releasing that left foot from the right knee, planting that left foot down, putting a little bit of weight into it. We're going to extend the right foot up nice and tall, bending that knee, crossing the ankle over the left knee. Again, taking that right hand, just gently opening up that right hip. Again, staying here if this feels great for you right now and this is what you need. Or maybe reaching through and grabbing a hold of the back of the left leg, or maybe all the way through to the shin. Again, giving it a little bit of a squeeze and then releasing. And then one big breath in. And exhale, letting everything melt into the floor. From here, releasing that leg, allowing the foot to go back to the floor if it's up. Taking your hips a little to the right, we're going to allow everything to fall towards the left. Extending those arms out again, maybe cactus arms, depending on your space. And then taking that gaze over to the right, if that feels good for you. And again, just letting everything go, letting gravity do its job. Your next in-breath, bringing that gaze back towards the sky, drawing those knees back up, untangling the legs, planting the feet, maybe straightening those hips back out. And then just taking the feet to the edges of our mat. We're just going to gently windshield washer back and forth, releasing any tension that may have been built up in those hips. And then coming to a stillness, back through center, drawing one knee in towards the chest and then the other, and giving yourself a nice big hug. And then maybe some gentle movements here, massaging that lower back again. And from here, maybe reaching between those legs and grabbing a hold of the shins or the toes or heels or outside or inside of the foot, and just coming into that happy baby pose. Again, maybe finding some movement here if that feels good for you. Maybe a stillness is what you need right now. You can extending one leg if that feels good. And maybe the other. Completely up to you. And then just for a moment, coming to a stillness, really pressing that lower back flat to the floor, drawing those knees down towards the ground, gently pulling on the feet, just creating a little space in the hips. And then just letting go, allowing those feet to come to the floor, slowly extending those legs out, maybe taking the heels to the corners of your mat, allowing the feet to fall away from that center line, and then maybe placing your hands, backs of the hands on the ground, palms up. Or maybe you'd like to connect them and have one hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach. Again, finding whatever works for you as we come into our final relaxation. From here, just noticing your breath, taking one deep breath in. And as you exhale, allowing everything to relax and melt into the floor. Allowing your heels to be heavy in the backs of your legs. Allowing your hips to melt away and sink. And your next exhale, feeling your stomach fall towards the ground, creating space. As you breathe in, noticing your rise in your chest. As you exhale, feeling those shoulders and everything sink into the mat. On your next exhale, noticing that little spot on the back of your head that's touching the floor and just letting everything go through there. Releasing all the tensions. I'll just leave you for a moment in this restful state, knowing that I'll be here to bring you back when the time is right. Slowly bringing your awareness back to your breath. Taking a moment to notice the in-breath and the out-breath. Noticing how with each in-breath, the rise of our belly and our chest. And as we exhale, the release and the lowering. Allow that breath to continue to bring some movement, maybe to your fingers and your toes. And then maybe extending those arms above our head, reaching nice and long, stretching everything out. And then gently making your way to one side. And taking a few moments here, a few breaths. And then whenever you feel ready, slowly making your way to a comfortable seated position. And maybe drawing your hands to heart center. And just giving yourself a little bit of thanks for taking some time out today for yourself and your practice. And may you find peace and joy in each breath that you take today. Namaste.